Hi, welcome everyone to another episode of Let's Talk Special Economic Zones. I'm your host, Ainsley Brown, and I'm back. Took a little hiatus from this, but I'm back. Now, in today's talk, what we're going to cover is what is a SEZ lawyer? Or It's a topic that I've really wanted to do for quite some time, and been putting my thoughts together. Now, there is technically no such thing as an SEZ lawyer, as compared to, a criminal lawyer or a family law lawyer, such and so forth. So SEZs, in terms of being an area of law, isn't a strict area of law per se. It is more of a hybrid because it overlaps with other types of law. So it's important for those that are thinking about from the perspective of being a lawyer, that you think that this is an area that you want to go into, or if you're seeking out an attorney, how do you evaluate whether or not they have the capability to bring your project forward. And it's a mix of various areas of law. One of them will be contracts. People will have to, or the lawyer has to know contract law. In addition, they will cover real estate, and this may vary depending on the regime that you're in. Some regimes in some countries allow you to purchase land or lease land and develop the land. So you're going to have a strong foundation in real estate law or land law from that jurisdiction. In either event, even if the model is, which is in many countries, where the government owns the zones and then leases it to occupants, you'd enter a lease with the government or the authorities there. So the lawyer would have to have an understanding, not just of a contract, because a lease is a contract, but it's a special type of contract in that it deals with land matters or things relating to the space that is being leased. Another area that would be covered is administrative law, because you're dealing with the government. So because you're dealing with the government, you have to understand the regulatory ins and outs of the particular regime that you're dealing with. There's also, and related to administrative law, is litigation. And unfortunately, sometimes things do go wrong, and when they do, you end up having to go to the courts, or some sort of dispute resolution mechanism, whether that be arbitration or some other mechanism that's built within the regime. So it's linked to administrative law because oftentimes it's, you're looking at the decisions of an administrator, and whether or not, for example, it was a fair decision that you take to court and challenge. Another area, of course, is trade. You're going to have to deal with trade, whether it be trade in services or trade in goods. Typically, zones are set up to trade internationally, not just locally. So there would be some degree of understanding of the World Trade Organization mechanisms. Things like what is the most favored nation, and such and so forth. And if there are any trade agreements between the country that's hosting the zone and where you want to export to. So it's really a cross-disciplinary field that has multiple areas. You may even have criminal law, depending on the type of regime and the type of issues that you have to deal with. Labor law, which is a big issue because zones have traditionally been a hotbed for labor issues and sweatshops and such and so forth. So labor law becomes critical, or a critical plank within what you have to understand within being an SEZ lawyer. There's also some specific skills, negotiation, of course, because you're going to have to negotiate with the authorities within the regime, or suppliers, depending on what you're doing. There are many, many other areas of law that can fit in to being an SEZ lawyer. So if you like this episode, please like, share, and comment. If you want to see a future topic covered, could you just leave a comment down below, and I'd happy to get back to you.